Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft Dungeons video. In this video I've got a Rapier build where I'm maximizing the last hit in the combo for one massive hit. So let's get right into it. So we'll start with the Rapier because it's the point of the whole build and it revolves around it. Regular Rapier. This one's gilded with Unchanting to deal double damage against enchanted mobs. Guarding Strike for 50% damage reduction. And as you can see, Void Strike and Pain Cycle. So, with Void Strike, you know what, we'll explain Pain Cycle. So, with Pain Cycle, you get 5 times damage after the 6th hit. And now, the Rapier has a 14 hit combo. 13 of 96,000. And the 14th hit is 517,000. So, every 42 hits, Pain Cycle will trigger on the last hit, making this number deal 5 times more. Now, to improve it even further, we've got Void Strike. So, the Rapier is such a fast weapon that with or even without a mushroom, the Void Strike buff doesn't change on the first 13 fast hits. It's only on the 13th hit through to the 14th hit where there's a massive time difference where Void Strike can actually rise quite a bit and deal a ton more damage. So, I'll show you in a second, but Pain Cycle makes this number 5 times higher, so that's 500,000 times by 5 is just over 2.5 million, and Void Strike will add 1.8 million. So, I'll show you now. So this is a non-mushroom build. I'll turn the volume up a little bit. No mushroom build, just to maximize the time in between the 13th and the 14th hit. But every 42 hits, we will deal a ton of damage. So the first hit is just under 100,000, and the 42nd hit deals over 4 million, as I'll show you now. So I'm starting attacking, losing health. There's 2 Pain Cycles, 600, 600, 772, and almost 4 damage, as you can just see again. So I'll do it again. We'll keep going. 600, 600,000, 600, 600,000. Okay, I've clearly messed up the timing of this, so that just means we gotta wait for the combo to reset. Now, this doesn't happen very often in game, but even if it does, it often just resets again back to the original state with Pain Cycle lined up. So we'll wait now, and that should be around it now. Start attacking again. And 700. Okay, and there we go. Almost 4 million damage. So if we 100,000, just under 100,000 to just under 4.4 million. Let's see the damage disparity. So I've got my calculator open, and I'm gonna figure it out. That's 44 times, just over, or more or less 44 times damage from just Pain Cycle and Void Strike on the last hit, all because of the combo damage difference. So that's the weapon. The armor is pretty simple. With the armor, 35% damage reduction, plus 50% souls gathered, 6% lifesteal aura. I pretty much just chose this because of the healing factor. We do need to heal back quite a bit, which we will assist with Anima Conduit on the bow, but we needed the lifesteal aura. 35% damage reduction is also very nice, but we've also got plus 50% souls gathered, which just helps to keep our Torment Quiver active, which I'll show you in a second. Pretty standard enchantments otherwise. Death Barter built in. Really, that can be changed for anything else. but I would try and keep either that or potion barrier, or like I have both of them. Cooldown, because our bow doesn't have cooldown shot. It does have burst bowstring, I'll show you in a second. Otherwise it would have been nice to not use it, but it's whatever. And Acrobat to roll pretty frequently. I forgot to change an artifact out. That's a Gong of Weakening. On the bow, Nocturnal bow with obviously tempo theft built in. We've got tier 3 Anima Conduit, so that after every kill, which we get a lot of by the way. I'm not sure what the DPS of this would be. It would be decently high. I'm just not sure compared to like a standard thundering version. I could probably work it out. I know that according to Shin's guides, I think the Rapier gets a 31% DPS boost from Void Strike. That is with a mushroom, and it's so fast that the first 13 aren't actually. Even if you take away a mushroom, it still does the minimum amount of 25%, and because it's 31%, if we take away the mushroom, that 6% is probably the 13th to 14th hit. If we double that because no mushroom, we get 39% damage reduction, or 37, sorry. So that's probably accurate for Void Strike. And Pain Cycle, I'll just check now. Is quite high, 82.2%. So yeah, this would be higher, much higher than a regular Rapier build, and coincidentally it does also have much better damage reduction, but the healing is still pretty bad. So Guiding Strike is 50%, Weakening adds up to 70%. We've got Ironhide Amulet, 35% damage reduction, so pretty high. I believe it's around 80% damage reduction. With Potion Barrier active, that turns into 97%. So yeah, yep. If you wanted to make a few changes, you could put Radiance instead of Guiding Strike. I'm not sure if it will be enough to take away Anima Conduit, or even switch armors, and in that case you could probably use cooldown shot, and then you wouldn't need cooldown either. But yeah, there's a bit of things you can change if you wanted to do a version yourself, but for me this is what I'm running to do the highest possible damage in one hit on a Rapier. This is also without Glue Strike. I could probably add that if I wanted to on another build, just to see what kind of results we'd get from that. But without further ado, I'll quit yapping and I'll start the cow mission. So obviously it's not designed to be a great build, so we're just using this mission anyway because there's not many variables, but it is a lot easier than other levels. But regardless, I think it's good to test. I suppose I forgot to mention I put gravity on the bow because I believe it lasts 2 seconds. Yeah, that should be more or less enough time to kill a mob without it moving away. So, and otherwise you can just roll again, so that's why it's there as well. Just moving enchants so I can, I don't know, I suppose just put more into the weapon itself rather than buffing it with convenience enchants. But yeah, without further ado, enjoy the vid. So as you can sort of see, we're losing health pretty rapidly, but we're also have enough DPS and doing enough damage to heal back from Anima Conduit. And we've got enough defense and movement manipulation via gravity to not be in much danger even if we get low. Like, we got him stuck there, and I'm currently sitting on 1 HP. So obviously raid captains can be pretty bad, but it's nothing that a Gong of Weakening won't add to the mix that won't make it an issue. So obviously if it's both raid captains can be pretty bad, but if you can just dodge their attacks, it's not too bad at all. Yeah, so we've got a Pillager raid captain coming up. And it's got enough knockback on its own that it doesn't really matter about gravity. So we'll gong him, start attacking. And when we gong a mob, we're also do double damage, so we can sort of heal back damage in an emergency as well, just via increasing our damage for lifesteal aura. Like, there's a whole horde of mobs just here. I'm still getting rid of them with ease, really. And obviously, when we come across an enchanted mob, that almost 4 damage will be doubled again. So it's closer to 8.8 million. And we're currently doing pretty good on health, just because we're killing nicely and efficiently. I suppose that's what the Gong of Weakening is also helpful for. So not only do you just deal enough damage to double your healing from lifesteal aura, you also just get kills more frequently, so you can just heal quicker. We'll be back for that guy. I just want to chest the gong on him. So yeah, we're definitely not really gaining much health, but we're sort of staying in the middle. That's whatever. I'm not going to pick that up. I think if there was one thing to change, personally, the biggest change would probably be adding chilling over Death Barter. Just because we don't have that many emeralds to fuel Death Barter. Like, we've gone through a good bit of the level already, and I've only got 26 emeralds, 30 now. If anything, Final Shell would probably be pretty good as well. Final Shell's most of the time pretty bad enchant, but it would be helpful just to gong a mob, because that's probably where I'm going to lose health again. I'm surprised we haven't come across any enchanted mobs though. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Too easy. So I reckon we'll just go around through the full level, killing all the mobs inside. Oh. So obviously it can get pretty icky, but if you've got enough damage reduction, they can sort of take a few hits. But yeah, if you want to see a glue strike version, I'd be very much happy to see how good that would be, because it would be an easy change. You're just switching around void strike and weakening, and I might be able to add like a death cap mushroom, since void strike isn't speed dependent now on a glue strike build. So let me know if you want to see that. Probably want to fast forward a bit so I can get through all the parts of the level. Okay, here we go. Our first real enchanted mobs. Oh god, that fire is dangerous. Burning fire trail. But yeah, no. Look at that. Even though if we just keep our distance, they really aren't much of an enemy. That being if I don't get trapped in a corner. Yeah, look at that. I suppose I'll add this into my installations as an installation to my dumb pain cycle builds. But if you haven't seen any of those, I highly recommend watching them, because I've got multiple videos with different super fast weapons that would typically be pretty bad to use pain cycle, and showing that they can in fact work. Because everyone's got this assumption about pain cycle that if it's a slow weapon, you just can't use it, because one, they attack too quickly, and because they attack so quickly, they don't do much damage, so you can't heal back much. But it's not entirely true. There's multiple ways to do it. I've got multiple different strategies. I wonder, how good do you think leeching would be? Because we're obviously getting a lot of on-kill kills. Well, that's the only type of, oh, we're getting Torment Quiver kills, but it's not that prevalent. I think this is, yeah, right now is probably a good example as to how good gravity trapping mobs actually is. But as I was saying, if I were to use leeching instead of probably guarding strike, because how well would we heal? Because you'd more or less go from like full health or low health to full, right? That's my assumption. But you know what? I'm keen to see the boss fight because I don't think that's going to go very well. I will see how quickly. I reckon we'll just walk by all of these mobs and just go to the boss fight because there's plenty of footage just on the regular level. Oh no, oh no. See, not too bad. Look at that, we can still take, look at that, take them all out. Yeah, amazing. I'm still pretty mind blown as to how well this actually works. Is that just me? I don't know, maybe. Alright, well we'll do the boss fight. We do have one threat increase. So it won't be fully the same, I suppose. But yeah. We'll see how well this boss fight goes. It'll probably take a little while. Oh god. Oh no. There goes Death Barter. I suppose Death Barter is still helpful in those situations. We'll take those extra souls. Oh god. Oh no, oh no. Yeah, this is getting way too close. Oh no. Jesus. Tempo theft right now is very helpful. If we don't die, I will be amazed. Oh, really? I didn't think I was actually in range of that attack. Oh, well, we're still chilling. Come on, let me see a hit for 8 million. Oh, come on, is it out of sync with the last attack? I think it is. Oh well. We're doing decent damage. Oh, should have used the bow on him. We can still make this. We're smart about this. When will it stop spawning minions? Here we go, here's our chance. We got it, come on. Obviously, as you can tell, this is not great for bosses. Not great at all. Come on, not long now, not long now. Come on. There we go. Awesome, there we go. Okay. Alright. So we'll go back to the camp, and I just want to show what it looks like when you use the gong on it with, you know, repeatable attacks, so we can accurately see what our health looks like when we double the damage and the healing. Alright, so we'll see what the damage is like when we gong it. Yeah, almost 8 million. Or almost 9 million, I should say. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Alright. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments. If you had any thoughts about it, what you enjoyed about it, if you have any improvements or any suggestions I should try, let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe button. I've got my Discord server in the link in the description. I'd highly recommend joining that. You can find me in there and a whole bunch of other highly expertise Minecraft Dungeons players. So if you want to learn more about dungeons, join that. It'll be in the description below. If you want to see where I got my Void Strike DPS percentage and my Pain Cycle DPS percentage, a user by the name of Shin FTW has made those, and I'll send a link of those in the description too. Without further ado, I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.